So guess what I used for my latest gratitude art journal spread? I used the roll-off paper from my gel prints. So I've been doing a lot of gel prints lately for my art membership Grateful Palette. That's what we're focusing on for the next few months, and I've had a ton of them. So with the art gel prints, which I love, I now have all of this roll-off paper. And as you know, if you do gel prints, the roll-off paper is so beautiful. But this one is unique because you see that area right at the bottom right of, it looks like a figure. It looks like a woman's head. That was not intentional. It was from another wet piece that I was on top and pulled off, and it created this image. I love the randomness of my art practice. So here is my journal. It is Aztec. The brand of this art journal is Aztec. It is watercolor paper. It's nice and sturdy. I have a few of them that I use just for watercolor, and I have this extra one, and I wanted a sturdy paper for my collages. And so I'm going to use it in here. So when I saw this, I had to use it. Can I not use this? So this is very inexpensive paper, the roll-off paper that I use. So it's newsprint. So I just use it in my art journals, and it's perfect. Here's the glue that I use. I have Liquitex, which is more expensive and a heavier body for heavy papers, but this paper is not heavy at all. So I'm using a more inexpensive brand, and it's just matte medium, not matte medium, the acrylic gloss medium. Very inexpensive. I just use it in my art journals. But for my paintings and for other works that are a little more quality, I use a matte gel medium and of a higher quality brand. So here I put it down with my brush. I love just applying it with the brush and then doing another coat on top, and then just smoothing it out. I use a bone folder to smooth it out. There are other specific things you can use. The bone folder is really to fold paper, but I use what I have at hand and keep going. So I like that area. And when I was thinking of putting it down, I was thinking, should I put it on the right side or the left? Now, because the blotted area that appears or gives the illusion that it's a figure, looks like the figure's head is turning to the right, I want to put it on that left side of the page, because then it invites you over into the other side. If I had put that onto the right side, the figure's head looking away takes your eyes off of the page. So that's like a compositional trick. And so I use the other half of that paper for the other side. Now, I love doing double spreads. Of course, you could just use one side. I love doing a double spread. So I'm going to use the same sheet. And I'm thinking right now how I want it. Do I want the pink on top? Do I want the pink underneath? How do I want to place it together? How does it balance off? And usually I like to put the darker color underneath because it gives like a weighted feel. So you have the black at the bottom, the black at the top of her head, and then that block of pink. I really like it. And we also have little peaks of pink going through the figure's face and underneath. So you want to think about balancing off colors, balancing off shapes, like big, bold blocks of shapes. And also there was a little tear at the top, and I wanted to get rid of it. And I could just maybe use a paint pen or something and just dot it because it's in the black. But I wanted to use that other piece that I had left of that paper, because then I had some more pink that goes across and again balances the whole composition. So you're constantly thinking of balancing off the composition. And this roll-off paper is perfect because the brayer creates these strips with the width of the brayer. So you get these wide vertical and horizontal bands of color. And the way the brayer puts the color down, one color sits on top of the other. And sometimes you see the other color from underneath popping through. And so this is why this paper is so incredible. Even on its own, even if it didn't give that blotted effect of a figure, it's just beautiful because of the layering. Okay, so now I could leave it just like that. That's a spread. You can embellish if you want, or just leave it. I like to put my gratitude quotes in there. So I have a lot of printouts with gratitude quotes of different themes. I usually provide those printables in my membership. And so this one was for a theme about the cosmos, night skies, stuff like that. And I thought it was perfect for this one. So as I gaze into the night sky, gratitude fills my heart. That's the quote. Okay, so at this point, I feel like there's an empty space there. And I wanted to put a heart shape because the quote has the word heart in it. So I cut out piece from my other sheet of roll-off paper. But I find the heart is a little big, so I'm, sizing it down. And so that's how I want you to think when you're doing that. Feel what feels right. What feels right in the composition and how you're going to move things around. So don't be too rash, but at the same time, don't take forever to make a decision. So I've decided to put the heart higher up. And I could have used the other side of the heart, which was pink, but I decided I wanted the green to offset the pink and also balance the green on the other side. But look at what I do here, which I think is a great idea. And that's what ideas just keep going and going. I used the outer part of that heart that I had cut down because it was too big, and it created this thin little outline of a heart, like the negative shape. So we have the positive shape at the top right, and then the negative shape at the bottom. And I flip it over. I was going to use the green, but too much green. I have the green heart, so I flipped it over to have the pink heart, just the outline, and have it turned in to face like my figure. And I thought that was a perfect way of handling that space, that negative space at the bottom, and adding in that heart. So I have double heart, but a positive and a negative. And the colors blend so nicely. It's just wonderful. And look at that heart, the green heart. That's what I'm talking about, where the brayer just sits colors one on top of the other. Look at how that pink is coming through, and the green sits on top for the heart. Here, I'm using my Stabilo woodies and just putting in a little color, repeated colors of what is in there, because that stark white of the gratitude quotes, it's too stark. It's standing up too much. So you could use like a watercolor wash, any colors that you want. I just had my Stabilos right there, and I just went in with greens, oranges, stuff. And that's it. I had so much fun with this. That is the power of art.